The search for America's top lumberjack starts here. 24 of the United States' top choppers and sawyers begin their journey, each hoping to be crowned best in the land. Today, 8 of those athletes battle for their competition lives, looking to advance to the finals. The semifinals of the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS U.S. Championship starts now.
This is what we call hardcore blue-collar toughness.
Welcome to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here on the shores of Lake Michigan, we find the BMO Pavilion at the world-famous German Fest, here to decide the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS National Championship this week. Fans ready to go in this state with so much history in lumberjack sports, and they'll see some of the best in the business competing today. 24 have qualified here in the U.S. for North, South, East, and West, divided into 3 pools of 8. Pool A action today, 8 competitors vying for 4 spots in the finals. Tommy Sanders here with Kevin Holtz. And Kevin, run down the ones to watch for us.
Well, and Pool A is an interesting pool to me. You've got to talk about our 7-time champ, current reigning champ, Matt Cogar. He obviously is the pick to win in this pool format, but there's a deep talent pool here in Pool A with a lot of wild cards that can come up and grab points. Again, this is semifinals round. We're not looking to crown a champion in Pool A. We're looking to advance to the championship. Watch for that man right there, Walt Page. We've had the privilege, Dave and I have had the privilege since the college ranks of watching Walt Page develop and evolve, a very cerebral cutter. Another gentleman I love to watch cut is Josh Wilson. We had a tremendous time watching him cut in the trophy event earlier this year in Virginia Beach. He is coming on like a house of fire. Ben Kniceley, the field just continues. The depth is there. Great action in Pool A.
Thank you, Kevin. All right, everything is in place and we are ready to go. Today's competition features 6 disciplines, 3 sawing and 3 chopping. We are ready to begin with our very first event, the Springboard chop.
Springboard. Springboard simulates the traditional way of felling trees, climbing up over thick roots. First, notches known as pockets are chopped into the log. 2 springboards are then anchored into these pockets. The athlete then climbs up to chop through a 27-centimeter thick block of wood in the fastest time possible.
Here's how we would get our time to beat. In Heat 1, Josh Wilson would go up against Cody Labahn.
He's going to have to get scooched back on that a little bit, show some faith in that board.
And it would be Wilson taking the heat. Aaron Hovis and Ben Kniceley would try and best Wilson's time in Heat number 2.
And 1:13, the time to beat. Nicely around to the backside, right around 1:10. And he's broke the near, and that is just phenomenal. 3 hits down in the backside.
And it would be Kniceley taking the heat, but not beating the time of Wilson. Heat 3 would feature Trevor Beaudry and Alex Storm.
Watch for that 1:13 to drop. These guys know how to chop wood.
Attacking the far, here comes Alex Storm, one in the guts, that's all it is. A handful of matches. Alex Storm comes off just over a minute.
Alex Storm wins the heat, does not take the top time. It will come down to Walt Page and Matt Cogar in the final heat of the Springboard to see if the time that Josh Wilson set will stand.
Buckle up, get your cell phones on camera mode. This will be fast.
3, 2, 1, go!
Walt Page of Toll House, California on stand number 3. Walt Page was 4th place in both 2021 and 2016. These national championships, 6th last time around, but the man he's up against gunning for his 8th U.S. championship, the incredible Matt Cogar.
Well, what an incredible matchup between these two guys. 2 of the most cerebral cutters out there. So calm, cool, collected. But then that go signal goes off and something just blows. They just absolutely unleash on these blocks. Beautiful climb from both of these choppers and beautiful cuts up top. The pace is not there for world record activity, but I don't think the timber's there, and it's also semifinals day. Walt Page around to the back before Matt Cogar, right around that 42, 43 second mark. Page is off! What a great climb from both these competitors. When these two guys go head to head, it's almost too fast to even process.
And another day at the office for Walt Page. Holy cow!
Walt Page takes the victory in the first discipline of the day. Now the athlete's ready for head-to-head chainsaw racing in the stock saw. For more on the stock saw, here's the Ace Hardware Tools of the Trade.
Stock saw. After the starting shot, the contestants have to cut 2 wooden discs, so-called cookies, within a 10-centimeter mark, one downward and one upward. The attempt is only valid when both discs have been cut off completely and within the marks.
Cody Labahn and Alex Storm would kick off the stock saw.
Storm gaining a lead. That will be tight at the top.
And it would be Alex Storm taking the heat. Heat 2 of the stock saw, Ben Kniceley and Hovis taking to the stage to try and best the time of Alex Storm.
Oh, Kniceley. The advantage in the wood is so thin. Is it complete? Yes. Hovis, though. Coming from behind, it's Hovis. What a comeback on the upcut, Hovis.
And it's Hovis winning the heat and taking over top spot in the stock saw. Riding the momentum of his win in the springboard, Walt steps in to face Trevor Beaudry in the stock saw.
The stock saw it's a bit of very variable. You know, anything can happen. You know, there's some guys that are more consistent, some guys that are less consistent. Really, the stock saw today is going to be, you need a good cut.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Clean to the wood. Our first introduction ever to Walt Page years and years ago was in the stock saw event, and he continues to impress. Walt Page is just running away with this run. 11-7-1 showing for Walt Page.
Tell me what happened there. You're unofficially in the lead.
Yeah, you know, stock saws, it's not really about winning it today, it's about not messing it up. And so, you know, a lot of times if you take that approach to it and just try to put down a nice, smooth, consistent run, it goes well. So, you know, that's all you can ask for.
Final heat of the stock saw, Josh Wilson and Matthew Cogar.
2, 1, go!
Oh, it was Cogar fast. Wow, he just attacked that top handle. Josh Wilson, though, first on the exchange. We've watched stand 2 gain ground on the upcut. Can Cogar repeat that? No. Boy, is Josh Wilson having a day.
Walt Page's time of 11.54 is enough to best the field and take his second win of the day. He sits atop of the overall leaderboard, heading into the 3rd discipline. To tell us more about this next event, here's the Duluth Trading Company Discipline Review.
Standing block chop. At the standing block chop, the felling of a tree with an axe is simulated. A vertically positioned wooden block with a diameter of 30 centimeters has to be cut through both sides. A powerful and precise swing with the axe is the premise of a good result.
Oh, it's Panda Madness, ladies and gentlemen. All of humanity. There they go. Just throw your hands in the air. Make some noise.
In the first heat of the standing block, Cody Labahn takes on Trevor Beaudry in a tight race.
Beaudry already around the back, opens 1-1, goes after those juicy corners as he goes into a 2-2 rotation. I think Labahn still has him. I think Beaudry bailed a little too quick on the front side of that log. No, it hit.
Oh, wow.
These guys half a swing apart.
Our first heat, but Trevor Beaudry gets the edge. The 24.04, Cody Labahn with a 24.10. Next heat, 2 men battling neck and neck in overall points. Sitting in 4th place, Ben Kniceley takes on Hovis, who sits in 5th place overall.
Hovis around to the backside. Hovis, an absolute melon of a log as well. Hovis with the slope, the speed you need, and there it goes. Hovis put on a clinic.
Hovis posts the first time under 20 seconds and sets the time to beat at 18.68. Next, overall points leader Walt Page takes on Alex Storm, who sits 6th in overall points.
Storm on the left, a slight stick. Page on the right. Page with a slight lead due to that stick. Here comes Storm, though, and he's gained ground. Multiple turns exactly at the same time. Storm found more. Storm is absolutely attacking the backside of this block. Walt Page, one in the middle. Oh, wow. That is the fastest hit speed we have seen.
Walt Page posts the fastest time of the day with a 16.85. Will it be enough to take his 3rd win of the day? World record holder Matt Cogar is up next in the final heat. In our Duluth Trading Durability Rewind, we take a look at Cogar's world record heat from 2018.
Good start by Jason Wynyard, absolutely hammering that block. Matthew Cogar and Wynyard both moving over to the other side of their blocks quickly. Matthew Cogar got that thing wobbling. Oh my God! A time of 10:24, and that is a world record. What an incredible time.
Final heat of standing block chop, Josh Wilson and Matthew Cogar. Matt Cogar, 7-time national champion and the world record holder in this standing block chop at a ridiculous time of 11.03 seconds. Josh Wilson, though, he's in the top 3. He doesn't need to break a world record. He needs to be right in there, right in the pack, and he's so solid in the standing block chop, probably his best of the 3 chops today. Cogar on the right, Wilson on your left. Watch the speed, watch the power.
Athletes ready. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
A Mid-Atlantic matchup here. This is going to be our marquee matchup in the stand-and block chop. Cogar was not pleased with his run in the springboard and is bringing it here. Couple wayward blows for Josh Wilson, the front side of the log, but nothing out of sorts for Matt Cogar on his chop. Clean technical cut, just absolutely putting it together here in the standing block. Little shoulder shrug and laugh from Matt Cogar. He said, another day at the office. What a nice, clean cut here in the standing block. Well, here we have another look at that run for Matt Cogar. What I want you to watch is the efficiency of this cut. 1 and 1, then 2 and 2, attacks these corners. Watch that downward blow on the far side. Clears an amazing amount of wood. And look at how each blow of the axe follows in the one before it. It is a smooth surface, not steppy and sort of spraying hits all over the place. That gains you so much efficiency with every hit along the way. All those little microseconds, again, add up to a winning time.
Every time you chop, you smile. I always think of that Tommy Boy line. Little trick my dad taught me. Your dad did teach you how to chop at the age 16. You were the hardest hitter in the United States, but you look like you're having more fun than ever today.
You know, I always feel like in the chopping events, that's my strongest suits, and like that's what I enjoy the most, probably. So yeah, just kind of hopefully I can apply that to my sawing events and other disciplines and enjoy the day.
Thanks for keeping us all entertained today with that amazing time in the mid-13s. Keep it going. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Matt Cogar is all smiles with that cut, marking a season's best time of 13.34 to take the overall win in the standing block. Athletes will use their entire body in an explosive head-to-head sprint. To tell us more about this next event, here's the discipline review.
Single buck. The single buck is a one-man saw about 2 meters long. With this, the athletes have to cut off a complete disc of a 46-centimeter thick wooden block. The perfect interplay between rhythm and strength is the key to success.
With 3 events remaining, athletes are fighting for their competition life. Only the top 4 athletes will advance to the next round. Ben Kniceley sits in 5th place just behind Aaron Hovis in 4th. Hovis will be clawing for every point possible as he takes on Cody Labahn in the first heat of the single buck.
Cody on your left, Aaron on your right. Our first look at single buck action here at Pool A. And there it is, trouble already on stand number 1. Double trouble for Cody Labahn on stand number 1. Triple trouble now. All sorts of struggle going on. I don't know if this is just a nerves issue or if that saw's not liking the timber. He had great pace going, he had great drop going, but we are seeing all kinds of hang-ups from Cody Labahn, top, middle, and bottom.
Hovis takes the heat and sets the pace at just under 19 seconds. Right on his heels and looking to snatch a ticket to the next round, Ben Kniceley steps in to face Alex Storm.
Storm on the right with a speed less length of the saw. Ben Kniceley using the whole saw. Both athletes want to try to push that saw to the handle, get the whole belly work. A slight advantage from Ben Kniceley. Look at Ben Kniceley looking for those steel points, and he's going to get them.
Ben Kniceley will take the heat with a time of 17.37. Heat 3 would feature Walt going up against Trevor Beaudry.
1, go!
Walt Page very smooth off the top. Now he's getting into the bigger timber. He can lay into it some more. Very flat sawing, but running that entire saw. Every time these saws change directions, you lose energy, you lose momentum, you lose time. Look at Beaudry about to drive through the bottom. There it is. Trevor Beaudry. Oh, and a hang up from Walt Page at the bottom of the log.
And Beaudry will win the heat but not beat the time of Kniceley. Kniceley's time of 17.34 is enough to take the overall lead in the single buck for now. Josh Wilson and 7-time U.S. champion Matt Cogar are next.
Final heat of the single buck, Matt Cogar and Josh Wilson. Matt Cogar has owned the national record in this event. Josh Wilson has won national titles in this event.
Well, over the past couple of years, they've had some rules changes in the single buck. We've gotten rid of the oiler. We've gotten rid of the wedge operator. It is now just the cutter coming out. They've also significantly narrowed the time window that you have to prepare. So you see these guys coming out with a story stick that helps them line up their feet.
Timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Both these guys coming out of the same school of sawing. Josh Wilson, though, is going to come at it with more speed. Matt Cogar is going to come at this with more saw. We'll see which one is going to come out on top now. A dead heat, it looks like so far. Oh, a hang up from Matt Cogar. Boy, it held him up just enough that Josh Wilson can come in and take it. We've heard a lot of talk today about this being stiffer timber, a little bit redder, denser version of this white pine tree. Recovery time, very good for Matt Cogar, though. Did not lose much time with that hang up. Obviously cost him time, but it didn't translate into future issues down the line.
But we're looking at unofficially the #1 and #2 spots in the single.
Both cuts are good.
Taking a look at who will make the move in the John Deere driver's seat leaderboard.
Wilson and Cogar would finish 1 and 2 in the single buck. Wilson's top points in the single buck puts him in 3rd place in overall points, behind Walt Page and Matt Cogar, with only 2 disciplines remaining. Aaron Hovis sits 1 place outside the cut, behind Ben Kniceley. Every fraction of a second matters for these competitors as they head into the underhand.
Underhand chop. In the past, the underhand chop technique was used to split logs. Standing on a horizontally anchored block, the athletes cut through a 32-centimeter log. The block has to be worked from both sides.
Aaron Hovis, who sits 1 place outside the cut in 5th place, steps in to take on Cody Labahn.
Turning in unison, Labahn holding that one-hit lead. Still holding a one-hit lead, but Hovis is driving. Hovis broke the top, broke the middle, broke the bottom. Aaron Hovis is in a great position. He's sitting in 5th overall, looking to move into the top 4 spots, but Aaron Hovis is just chasing down his opponents to get into that top 4 placement. Aaron, I believe you're in the #5 spot, but you're having a great day. You did what you need to do in that underhand. How are you staying focused with the hot saw coming up?
Just taking one event at a time, Dave. And that's one thing that I learned not to do pretty early on in the college series was don't count points, because it's no fun competing.
We heard Aaron Hovis trying to have some fun, trying to freewheel it, and it's paying off. So far, first heat of the underhand chop, he is the victor with the time of 20.70. Cody Labahn up to 23.39.
Second heat of the underhand. Let's bring them out, Walt Page and Alex Storm.
1, go!
Again, Walt Page, the retrieval of the axe. It's not just the delivery of the axe, the retrieval. And around already, Walt Page is just cutting that log. Look at the slab coming up. The axe is working, his timing is working. He has been cutting and training all week. And look at that, Walt Page.
Walt Page takes the heat and the top spot in the underhand with a personal best time of 18.29.
Heat 3 of the underhand chop, Ben Kniceley and Josh Wilson.
Ben Kniceley is fighting to keep possession of the 4th and final spot to the championship. To stay above the cut, he'll need to finish better than the 20.70 laid down by Aaron Hovis.
Ben Kniceley just ready for that go. Absolutely exploding into that log. Will it be Wilson around first? It is. Wilson with this incredible power. Slight stick by Ben Kniceley. Wilson taking full advantage of it. A slight stick by Wilson. Kniceley's driving. Could be Ben Kniceley, though. Look at this. No! It's Wilson. Wilson, so close. Both sub 20 seconds.
Josh Wilson takes the heat over Ben Kniceley, but Kniceley's time of 19.27 tops Aaron Hovis's effort, keeping Kniceley ahead of Hovis for the last remaining spot in the finals. We're down to the final heat of Pool A Underhand. Walt Page sits on top with a time of 18.29.
Final heat of the Underhand chop, Trevor, Beaudry, and Matthew Cogar.
Athletes ready.
Defending champ Matt Cogar having taken the lead in overall points heading into this discipline.
Trevor Beaudry finds himself in a tough spot. He is a tremendous underhand cutter. Strength, accuracy, speed, all coming together for Beaudry, and he is right there. Oh, a bit of a hang-up. Put that axe right to the maker's mark on the backside. Matt Cogar putting on a clinic here again, driving through the back of that log. Just a clean chop again, almost a rinse and repeat of the standing block cut we saw from Matt earlier today.
And that is another phenomenal chop by Matt Cogar. Low 14s, 1 second off his personal best.
Well, axe retrieval, no trouble for either of these guys. Good, clean cuts. The axe really seemed to like the wood. Good selection, good presentation. Watch this opening series of 4 blows by Matt Cogar. Opens up a beautiful wall of wood, already drives top, goes right to the bottom, finds those last fibers, cleans off the backside of that log. Nice, nice cut.
7-time champion Matt Cogar, as expected, will take top points in the underhand. He is also the overall points leader with 1 discipline remaining, the always unpredictable hot saw. As the deck crew resets the stage for the final event, let's take a look at the Ace Hardware reset. Walt Page kicked off today's competition, winning the first 2 events, the Springboard.
Page is off!
Followed by the stock saw.
Walt Page is just running away with this run.
Matt Cogar, with a blistering performance, took the win in the standing block.
Clean technical cut, just absolutely putting it together here in the standing block.
Josh Wilson snatched victory in the single buck.
Oh, a hang up from Matt Cogar. Boy, it held him up just enough that Josh Wilson could come in and take it.
And Matt Cogar added his 2nd victory of the day in the underhand.
Matt Cogar putting on a clinic here again.
With Cogar, Page, and Wilson likely punching their ticket to the next round, Aaron Hovis sits just outside the cut, heading into the final event of the day, the hot saw.
Heat number 1 of the hot saw, Cody Labahn and Aaron Hovis. All these athletes fighting for that John Deere Gator to walk away or drive away with that John Deere Gator. Look at these hot saws, $10,000 of machinery each, 200-mile-an-hour chain speed.
Well, there's Aaron Hovis. The final outcome is not totally in his hands, but he can make a big difference right here. An outstanding cut, and he's got a shot at making it to the final. Depends on a lot of other performances as well, and in this heat he is going up against Cody Labahn.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Again, with these athletes like Hovis and Labahn, oh, trouble already on stand number 2, trouble on stand number 1, but looks like making it through the cut. So very quick through the wood, but trouble at the start for Aaron Hovis. Trouble at the very end, can't get the saw to shut off. Has to put his hand over the carburetor to cut off oxygen to that motor. It wanted to live on.
An abbreviated pull on that starter cable on go. The saw did not start. Yes, he is allowed to recoil that handle. Yes, he is allowed to restart the saw. Unofficially, it looks like he has 3 complete discs. It does look like the 6-inch line is remaining, but the points lost. This is the story that is unfolding. Hey, here we go. Tell us about that start.
Well, it wasn't good. I started it up, got to the wood a little bit too quick before the motor got up on RPM, so killed the motor, hurried up, got it started back. Once I got it started and in the wood, felt like a decent cut, but that'll probably be the last event for me for the weekend, so kind of disappointing, but that's how it goes.
Aaron Hovis's time of 15.26 is enough to keep him alive for the moment. After Hovis's cut, Ben Kniceley sits just outside the 4th qualifying spot. He'll need to beat Hovis's time to punch his ticket to the championship.
Walt Page on your left, Kniceley on the right. Kniceley saw the ignition cables. He severed an ignition cable in the warm-up, rushed out back to the staging arena. The athletes got their tools, got their anything they could to get the saw going again. They've got unofficially the cable is back together. We're going to see if this saw fires for the man on the right, Ben Kniceley.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber.
Supply oil down to that chain. Let's see if Ben Kniceley's saw makes fire. It seems to be, it's up and in. Hesitated a little bit. He's not going to have enough to take down Walt Page. Oh, come on, stay with it. There it is. Ooh. Ben Kniceley pulls off 3 cuts.
Ben, tell us what happened with your hot saw during the warm-up.
I had a little ground wire failure. It's happened at the last couple competitions, so I should have known better, but we got some really great guys back there that helped me fix it real fast and didn't have to worry about it.
Talk about that, the friendship in the hot saw world, especially when someone has trouble, it seems like everyone jumps in, almost like they want to compete to see who's going to save the day.
I mean, really, it's a good group of guys back there. We all fellowship together. We're out here competing against each other, but we love each other.
Ben Kniceley's time of 7.45 is enough to best Hovis and secure his spot in the championship. Walt Page's time of 6.25 punches his ticket to the championship and sets our time to beat, heading into the final heat of the hot saw featuring Matt Cogar and Josh Wilson.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
Matt Cogar very quick into the wood, or down to the saw and into the wood. Josh Wilson had to play some serious catch-up. Matt Cogar, our record holder, is down in that 5-second range again. Double fist pump from Matt Cogar.
Matt Cogar's performance in the hot saw is the John Deere power play. Nothing runs like a deer.
Absolutely effortless. Reminder, you're looking at over 60 pounds of metal and plastic in the hands, in the air, 60 some odd, maybe 70 horsepower, and just looking that smooth shows you the skill set with Matt Cogar.
There's your final results in the hot saw. Matt Cogar easily taking it a 5.30, fantastic time. Walt Page, second place, 6.25. Josh Wilson with a 6.83. Trevor Beaudry in fourth place with a 7.36, and Ben Kniceley in fifth place. Now we'll show you the all-important overall points. That's what this pool competition is all about. Of course, Matt Cogar on top, Walt Page to the finals, ditto for Josh Wilson, and Ben Kniceley came in with a point ahead of being out of the cut. Had no room for error, did himself a huge favor, laying down that 7-second plus cut. He is the fourth man into the finals. Those 4 are moving on. Our congratulations also to Hovis, Beaudry, Storm, and Labahn. Those guys had really worked hard just to be here on this stage, and they gave it their all today. So many personal bests.
The first 4 tickets to the championship have been punched. Only 8 spots remaining. Who will claim the next 4? Find out next time on STIHL Timbersports.
Getting ready for the STIHL series, I have been training. I haven't been able to push myself the way I used to prior to my heart surgery.
When I did it, I think my knee bumped the axe. And the board shifted, so I did one of these to react to the axe dropping.
I just know that I'm human and I make mistakes more often than some people.
Yeah, so I'm sitting in 6th place with tied with Adam Westco, and I knew I had to go, bobbled the upcut, so now it's just sit and hope and pray.